Hello, team. Welcome to team training today. We have a special guest with us. Crystal Smith is joining us today. Hi, Crystal.
Hey, everybody. I'm so glad to be here.
We are so happy to have you. And the reason that I asked Crystal to speak is because, I do those Success Saturday posts in our team and where I asked people what success they're having and what's working for them. And Crystal responded. And so I asked her to speak. So Crystal, can you kind of share real quick what successes you've had lately? And then share what your response was. And then I would love to hear your story of how you joined Color Street.
Yes, ma'am. Let me start by apologizing. We have construction going on. Our water heater leaked this morning and found out that we need to replace the floor, but I'm so glad I'm here.
Oh, dang. Everyone needs to give you major kudos for hopping on with all that going on.
Yes, and we've lost air conditioner because of it. Like, it's really hot in here, but that's one thing I love about our makeup. Like, it doesn't sweat. So
yes,
real true life stories. I can wear our makeup and not have to worry about it sweating and beating on my face. So that's
true
good.
that. True that.
So I started Color Street I tried Color Street December of 2022 and I was hooked. So in January of this past year, I joined with Amanda St. Clair, and she helped me and guided me through the whole, hey, go through the training. The training tells you everything you need. And so that's pretty much what I did. I just hopped on the bandwagon. I got on the app and watched as many trainings as I could. I mean, like, I watched it while I was in the shower, like just hit play and kept listening. And the training really helped me to understand pillars and making sure that I work the business as a whole, not just, hey, buy my stuff, and so it helped me have a better social media presence. And I can tell that has helped me grow not just my Facebook personally, but also my VIP group.
Yeah. I love that you said that. I love that you said work your business as a whole, because it's easy to just focus on like one little aspect and then be like, well, I'm not getting results here. But sometimes you have to have several pieces working together to get the results. So I love that you mentioned that.
That's true. It does take a village. And that was one of the things that really jumped out with me for Color Street, is that we're a village. We support each other. And
Amen.
Being a teacher and being a mom, I was like, I can't take on something extra right now. But I was assured, like, we're a team, and we are. So if you have a question, ask. There's no dumb questions. Like, that's a teacher thing. There are no dumb questions. Ask, because somebody has the answer. Somebody has a resource that you can use. You're not in this alone. And that's been my biggest savior is, our groups, our Team Nailed It challenge, the sub box challenge. Anytime I see anything on any of our groups, I jump on board, because I know that they're geared to help grow my business. And I don't have to do any extra work for it, because it's laid out there for me. So literally, I just follow the steps in place that you guys have put and provided us. Now, I will say that my family does help me out a lot, because when we're out and about, they're like, hey, do you know my mom does nails? And that's their little intro into Color Street.
That's awesome. How cute. Tell us about your family.
So I have a almost 6-year-old, a 9-year-old, and 11-year-old. And awesome. They're very supportive. That they know that, hey, once I start talking Color Street, it's on. And they're excited about it for me. So that's really nice to have the support system there. And I mean, literally, whenever I start second guessing myself, like, ooh, am I going to approach this person? Am I going to say something to them? Usually those are the days that my kids are like, hey, did you know that my mom does Color Street? Or I really like your nails. And so they help me jump out of the box.
They're your wingmen. I love it.
And I didn't even have to train them to do it. So I I do nail everybody pretty much as soon as I can, as soon as I get out of the house. I have my bag. I don't know what I did with my purse. Here it is. So I have a bag with me everywhere I go. And it has all my little samples. So I have my catalog bag, which happens to be a teacher thing. And then I have my sample bag, and I don't leave the house without it. Like, I have been known to get in the car and realize that I left it for some reason and go back and get it. Because you never know when you're gonna run into
Awesome. That is
somebody.
dedication, girl.
And my kids help me like pack them and everything. So
Yeah, I want to see. I was hoping you would show us like how you have them packaged.
so I off Amazon, I just bought the little cellophane snack bags, actually, I think they are. And they're resealable. So I've actually broken them out and used them, and then like only use this part, because if somebody didn't want me to nail them, I would nail myself or nail my husband or nail one of the kids. And then I'd go back and just replenish it and give them a full set to take home with them. So I have my sample and then my card. I have our white. I throw a little sticker in there, a little inspirational sticker, along with our nail file. I do try my best to at least get their phone number, if not get them to join my VIP group right then and there. So that has helped a lot too. I can definitely say that the Nailed It Challenge helped me get out of my shell about approaching people.
Love that.
I post on a regular basis too. So that's made a huge difference, I think, because I have my post set up to go 7 o'clock, 11:30, and I do 11:30 because that's typically right before lunch, and people might check Facebook while they're on their lunch break kind of thing. I'm on Eastern Standard Time.
Smart.
And then that way I have a post going out in the morning, a post going out at lunchtime. Hopefully that gets my self out there on Facebook and everything, and people are talking. And then I normally do one about 4:30. I don't do that.
Are these in your VIP group or your wall?
They're in my VIP group, and I finally hit enough friends and followers on my personal page that I can now start scheduling posts on my Facebook personal wall. So I have started scheduling them out on my Facebook wall too.
Awesome.
And I do throw in interactive posts for my personal wall as well, because you need interaction in order to be able to see what's going on.
Yeah, I totally agree. You need interactive posts on both. It kind of like really boosts the algorithm, and it's always surprising what people just love to share their opinions. So those help a lot.
And there's so many interactive posts out there. I normally do not have to go and be very creative with it, because it's things that we have posted on like the Team Nailed It page or Phoenix Graphics, or there's so much already out there. I do not take a lot of time to recreate. The most time I spend is I'll sit down about every 2 or 3 weeks and pre-schedule all my posts. So when things happen in my life, like the water heater, I don't have to worry about making posts today.
True.
I just have to worry about once it settles down, I can go back and comment.
Yes, that's super smart. So tell us, what success have you seen from being consistent? Because I know that was one of the things that you do well, is you're showing up consistently, on social media, in your VIP group, and in person. So what success have you seen from that?
I have definitely seen, so my launch party, I think I had about 30 people in my VIP group for that. And I'm now up to 90, a little over 90, I think 96. So my VIP group has definitely grown. My following on Facebook has definitely grown. And I'm just me. Like, I post silly little things that me and my family are doing. Like this morning I posted, woo, my water heater broke. But I've seen success because I consistently hit my Jumpstart goals. And my VIPs keep growing each month. And one of the things I think contribute to that is whenever I host a party, or I host a party for someone else, I do try and make it personal. Like I interact with the people in the party just as much as I interact with people I know personally. I often end up friending them after the party or during the party and trying to make connections too. And I do, in addition to
Right.
scheduling my posts, I try and take at least one day a week and I go through my friends and followers list and I look at their feeds and I comment on things that jump out to me. If they make a post about something that they baked, or they made a post about something their family members did, and I try and do genuine, not just, oh, I like that. Or I try and comment on what they have going on in their life so they know that I see them and they're not just a number.
Yeah, so you're focusing on building those relationships too. So how often do you do parties?
It's died down a little bit during the summer. Everybody's kind of busy.
Mm-hmm.
But I try and do at least one party a month at least. I haven't had anybody sign up for June or July yet, but July is my birthday month. So I'm throwing myself a party.
Ew, happy birthday.
Thank you. And so I like the idea of throwing myself a party in my VIP group because there's people who've never attended a beauty social before that have joined my group but haven't actually attended the beauty social. So I think it's a great idea to throw one inside your VIP group, even if you don't have somebody who's willing to host.
That's so true. Sometimes we forget that there's VIPs in there that haven't seen like a party. So it's a great idea to like do a little refresher in your VIP group.
Yes, ma'am.
I love it. So how do you get new VIPs? Is it from the parties or?
From parties, from talking to people whenever I'm at the gas station or the grocery store, the lady that's ringing us out at Walmart. I talked to a lady and she didn't have any polish on. I said, wow, your nails look really healthy. They look really nice. Do you wear polish typically? And she told me, I do, but I don't because of my veterinarian job. I haven't been wearing nail polish. And her concern was it chipping and wearing away. And I said, hey, check this out. And she allowed me to go and put nails on her. Luckily, she was going on break right then. So we put some polish on and she tried it out and she joined my VIP group right then. Normally I have some type of like special going on where you interactive posts win Happy Mail from me each month kind of thing. So I look at my top contributors and I try and reward my VIPs for even just being there. Like, hey, you don't have to spend money to win a little prize from me. And I've shopped bulk on Amazon or bulk in stores when I see it to get really good deals. And I just try and thank my customers, thank my VIPs, even just for commenting, because supporting my business is not always a financial support. It's literally just saying, hey, my friend Crystal does Color Street and I really love her lipstick and I would like for you to check it out. So I make sure I thank them as much as I can, text them, email them. I use the VO to do messages that way. And I'll send out stickers, pens, just different little things to let them know I'm thinking about them and appreciate them.
I love that. I think, that really goes a long way. I did that with some of my for all of my subscription box subscribers and sent them a little gift in the mail. And I got several messages back being like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. This was so nice and thoughtful. And it just like, it feels good to like thank them and just make their day with those little things, those little gestures. Love it. So when you're out and about, can you walk us through like a typical conversation? You kind of walked us through that one, but can you walk us through another, like you're at the grocery store? What does that look like?
So for me, like I still get nervous whenever I go to approach somebody about it. So a lot of times I will wait and I smile at people, or if we're in the aisle. And like yesterday, I was looking for baking soda, couldn't find it anywhere because I was looking for a really big box and all they had were the little ones. And this lady said, oh, what you're looking for is right here. I said, oh, she's willing to help me and she's willing to talk to me. So let me talk to her, And I said, thank you so much for showing me where the baking soda was. Do you have a second? I would love to show you a sample of the nail polish that I'm wearing right now. I even go as far as when I'm pushing the grocery cart, I have my hands like out on the cart so that they're not underneath. They're not
Love it.
underneath the handle. I try and leave it out so people have an opportunity to see it. If
Yeah.
they can't see it and they don't know about it, then they're not going to buy anything.
Yeah. What about like the cashier, she says like, I love your nails. What do you say?
I say, thank you so much. I actually did them myself and I was able to do it right before coming out here, or I didn't have to stick my hands underneath UV lights to let them dry. I've also told people about how I literally do them right before I go to bed and don't have to worry about the little fuzzies on the blanket getting on my nails. So just practical real life stories about this is how I use it in my life. And I would love for you to give it a try and see how easy it is to really use. Sometimes, because if they're working, it's not very easy for them to stop what they're doing to do it. But then I have other times, like I went through Dunkin' Donuts. Was it Dunkin'? It was Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know. Is it? Either way, going through the drive-through, and I handed a sample to the lady that was at the window, and I said, how many ladies do you have in there? And she's like, we got 6 right now. I said, okay, well, this is my fingernail polish that I sell, and we have lots of other products. And she was really excited about it. Like, she wanted to take the whole bag inside. I said, let me pull around and show you. And I was able to nail 4 of the 6 people right then by just taking the time to pull around and talk about it and do it in the store. And so it just taking 3 to 5 minutes out of my day on my errands to say, I would love to spend some time talking to you about Color Street. It has led to potential joins as stylists. Cross my fingers. Hopefully I'll get one. I don't have anyone underneath me yet. But I'm working on it.
I love it. And so I know there's a lot of people that are probably getting their heads in moments like that. What do you tell yourself? Like, what is the motivation or like the coaching that you give to yourself when you're like, should I, shouldn't I,
Well, it turns out, so I noticed with the Nailed It Challenge, I teamed up with someone to do it. Wonderful stylist that we met in the challenge, and we kind of took turns. And I would get in my head sometimes and I would say, oh, you know what? I'm going to let her approach this person this time. Well, you know what? When I would let her approach, it was some of the best interactions that we had. So people are willing to listen, and I let my anxiety get the best of me in that instant. And that could have been an opportunity that I had to share. So the more I do it, the more I see others doing it, I realize, you know what? Everybody's not closed-minded, if that makes any sense. You come happy, you come with a smile, and my goal isn't to sell something right then. My goal is, hey, I want you to know about Color Street. It's up to you whether or not you choose to use it, but I want you to know about it. And my VIP group is more than just sell, because we do have the interactive self-help kind of activities and stuff in it. So it's more than just a place to go and buy things. I have some people that they consistently comment and participate, but they haven't bought this month at all. And I appreciate them just as much as someone who is buying every single month.
Yeah.
And so I do let them know that, hey, join my group. It's more than just me trying to shove product down your throat. It's a community of ladies who are living this life the best we can.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? My sister said something to me that really, really stood out to me about social media. She was like, Kelly, people are just really looking for a friend online. Like that's what they're looking for. And so if you can be that friend virtually, that is, mission accomplished. That's what I think a lot of people are looking for when they go on social media. And so that's why it's important to share about your life, make it interactive, show your face, make it relatable, because then they feel like they have a friend, and when they like, know, trust you, they'll buy anything from you. So
Yeah.
it's just it goes back to the building relationships, right?
Yeah, that actually reminds me, during the Team Nailed It challenge, I met a lady at the park, and it was her son and two of her sons and her husband were out at the park and everything. And we nailed her. She joined the VIP group. She made a purchase. But I reached out to her because I noticed on her social media, she was posting about her son being in the hospital. And so I just reached out to her and I said, hey, I just want to let you know I'm thinking about you. If you need anything, let me know. I'll pray. And so I make a point to I've reached out to her 3 separate times. And in those times, we've now started a relationship. I mean, and I just literally met her in the park and did her nails for a sample. And you can make connections with people that you never would have thought that you would make connections with. And if I wouldn't have made that connection with her, I think, if I wouldn't have sent her a private message. So I'm not big on group chats in my VIP groups, but I do send private messages. That way we have the wall that we talk on all the time, but then I'll send out a private message and let somebody know, I see you, I'm thinking about you. And I do the same thing too. If I see a set that I know somebody's in love with blue and that's coming out, then I'm like, hey, we have a set coming out right now. Keep an eye out for it. Do you want me to get it ordered for you? Kind of thing. So just keeping it personal. It doesn't always have to be straight wall.
Totally. Yes. It's such a good reminder. And everything you said has been a good reminder, just being consistent with parties, even if it's once a month, like you said, being consistent with posts, being consistent with, nailing people out in, when you're out and about. Those are all part of the whole big picture, like you said, the like holistic business of Color Street. And then those all really add up. And you know what? It also gives you a lot of wins, and it's like a confidence boost when you're doing these things, even when you don't get the results, even when you maybe don't get the sales or whatever, you're making these new friendships, you're getting these wins of like, I did that scary thing, and when you focus on just doing the hard things, the results will eventually come with consistency, right?
And I can definitely say that the Tuesday trainings where we were doing the role play definitely helped boost my confidence. So I definitely suggest, if anybody hasn't done it, do that.
Yes, that's great advice.
I'm a teacher. So you think that I would be comfortable talking in front of adults? No, I'm little people. I talk in front of little people. And so so I have to I have to talk myself up a lot in order to talk to adults. And I can definitely tell a huge change in me being able to talk to adult strangers about anything. But I smile a lot at people and thank them for what they're doing, because people are helpful in the grocery stores. And that's a lot of my interactions, because it's summer and I'm not working with anybody right now. So when I'm out running errands or at the splash pad or whatever, if someone says something kind to me, they're getting a sample.
That's right. I mean, because who doesn't want like it's nail polish. It's not like you're giving them like some, boring, scary, weird thing. It's like, it's a really fun product to give out. So I'm
not asking for their credit card information or anything. There's something for free. And if you're interested in joining a fun group that likes to play games, my group loves like the Friendly Feud. and like the word Scrabble games and stuff. But if I notice that they're starting to get a bit burnout, I change the games up. I've literally changed the games up halfway through the month before because I'm like, this isn't working anymore. So don't be scared to change it. Just because your VIP group looked a certain way doesn't mean that it can't grow with you.
Yes. Well, this has been awesome, Crystal. Thank you so much for your time, especially when your entire house is falling apart. And thank you. I think you are such a good example of someone who has just joined literally last year, and you're still showing up, you're still doing the work, you're still getting results, and that is really inspiring. So thanks for sharing your time with us, Crystal. And thanks everyone for watching today. Hopefully we'll see you at conference. So bye.
Bye guys. Thank you.